Despite the fact that freestyle and racing often look like two different worlds, they have the same rule. If you want to improve your skills, be ready to make mistakes. Real progress comes with crashes, crashes and crashes. That's why I always tell beginners not to start with super light frames or rare models. Searching for spare parts shouldn't stop your flying dreams. For racers, the answer already exists. OpenRacer. An open source frame you can cut in almost any workshop. But what about freestylers? I hope that today everything will change. Meet the new open source freestyle frame created by well-known freestyle pilot Recopter, built with care and a love for details. But who made this frame and why we can trust his experience? Recopter. Recopter is one of the most popular freestyle drone bloggers. In the last few years, a lot of frames have passed through his hands, from unknown budget ones to top level, very expensive models. Almost all of them follow one rule: make the frame cheap and simple, so people will buy it. Only a few builders think about real strength, smart geometry, or high-grade carbon. But a copter often flies between concrete and metal, where every mistake ends in a total crash. That's why he put all his experience together, studied hundreds of crashes and mixed solutions, and created this frame. You are looking at the third version, which has been tested for more than a year in hard conditions. The main feature is a shorter rear base. When you add an action camera and move the battery to the back, the tail gets huge stress. He designed it to survive these hits, and the clever arm mount keeps this frame stiff without extra weight. The camera cage is bit wider, 23mm, so it gives 3mm of safe space and helps the camera survive front impacts. The top bar lets you add a recording camera, a battery guard, or a removable GPS. There are a lot of 3D models mounts for different cameras, antennas, VTX and battery protection. Just print them and fly. There are many more details that I cannot describe you in a few minutes. If you want to dive deeper, watch the full review. The link you can find below this video. Since this is an open source project, we decided that we should do something more than just review the frame. And today we are going to tune this frame. We will make a preset with two different options and share it with you. Let's try to do something with the settings of this drone, so that it flies better than with the default settings. First test. We are going to make a hover test. We'll hover about 20 seconds and we will see in the logs how this frame works with interim resonances.
Let's see how this drone performs in the hover test. This test is useful because it shows us the noise from the motors, so we can adjust our RPM filter settings. Let's add motor RPM to this graph. As you can see, it aligns perfectly with the noise peaks. The second and third harmonics are not as strong as the first one, so we can reduce their weights in the CLI. As you can see, the first harmonic starts at around 150 Hz, so we can leave our default value of RPM filter or fade range as 50. That means that the strongest filtration will begin at 150 Hz. Also, we can reduce latency by adjusting the Q factor of the RPM filter. The bigger the value, the more narrow and faster the filter is. And now let's calculate the delay of our filters. We have about 1 millisecond delay on gyro and 1.9 millisecond delay on D-term filters. We can try to reduce D-term filtration to reduce latency even more.
And now with the new settings, let's check if everything works the same or even better.
As you can see, results are almost identical. This means that we've reduced delay without losing performance. Let's compare the filter delay before and after. We've managed to save about 0.5 milliseconds delay on both. It is crucial to have the filter delay as low as possible, even if we can't distinguish differences between 1 and 10 milliseconds. If the filter delay is too high, flight controller can't handle prop wash and can make things even worse because it has outdated information from the gyro about quad position. Now let's adjust our PID sliders and rates to perform wobble test. It will help us to determine which PID values are the best for this frame.
But now we are going to do something.
A little bit different.
Okay.
We've done setting up filters, and I'm pretty happy with the results. We have a little delay, and this means that this frame is really stiff, so we can continue and try to optimize PID values. To achieve this, we're gonna perform wobble test. You may be familiar with it. And I'll just set this drone to the angle mode, and I'll try to shake it from side to side for about 30 seconds, so it will simulate fast stick inputs, and drone should react on these movements. So basically it is the worst case scenario for the PID controller, because nobody is gonna fly like that. Oh shit, Batka.
This test again. We have damaged one of battery. RIP. Press F. And
Rest in peace, Lipo.
yeah, this test again.
Okay, let's try one more time. As I said, nobody's gonna fly like that, and this is pretty hard maneuvers for the flight controller, because this drone have a lot of inertia, and it needs to counteract this movement very fast. So if drone can handle this really well, it can handle every type of flying very well. Not only racing, freestyle, but also cinematic. And the better speed tuning is, the better it's gonna fly with any rates in any circumstances.
After some iterations of wobble testing and adjusting PID sliders, we've got the results. Here we can see that we've found the spot where pushing PID gains higher doesn't provide us better performance, so we can stop here. Let's compare this step response with the default tune. We have successfully eliminated this undershoot without any drawbacks, and now drone will follow the set point perfectly.
Okay.
And we finished the wobble tests, and I'm pretty happy with the results. The PID values are close to the stock ones, but we tweaked a little bit first two sliders, damping and PI slider. So now we have no overshoot and pretty much consistent delay over the axis. And now I want to fly it in air mode, and I hope we don't destroy this battery, because we have only two left.
Yes, we have destroyed 2 batteries today.
Flying line of sight is fun, but you can never see your battery voltage, and sometimes it is a problem. And
Okay, let's go.
As a final step of our tune, let's check the noise plot after one battery of freestyle flying. As you can see, the first noise peak is around 200 Hz, which is pretty cool because it can be filtered without any delay. And after filtration we have almost nothing but quad movements, which means that we have enough filtering and not very high PID gains. You can find this preset in the Betaflight configurator by typing Basher in the Presets tab. Here you can read all the important notes about this preset. After that, select your D-Shot protocol and select other tuning options. Also, you can select Clean Builds filter option to gain a little bit more performance if you're really confident about quality of your build. And the last option is Recopter's Freestyle rates. To apply the preset, click Pick, then agree with all warnings and then click Save and Reboot. Consider leaving your feedback on the Telegram group by clicking on the discussion button or on the GitHub preset page.
Thank you very much for watching. We tried not to make this video like a setup guide, but at the same time we wanted to do something for the open source world. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel and like it. This helps us make new content. Bye!